Hello and welcome. I'm Domina Della Pie, Mistress Sasha Storm. I want to talk about something that is really disturbing. It's been a problem for my life. I've never really addressed it, but I feel compelled to do it now. Apparently, I have no idea why, but people want to be me. It's not because I'm a millionaire or a billionaire. I'm not a fashion model. I'm not a scientist, doctor. I'm not a celebrity, Hollywood actor. I'm not a dancer, rapper. None of those things that people would want to be, I suppose. I'm just little old me. I'm so humble. I'm Domina Della Pie. My name is Pie, and I'm humble. I'm a humble pie, although people think otherwise. But no, I spend a great deal of my time puttering around the house. Regular girl, just a regular girl, but I will always be doing something that is, to me, worthy of my time and energy. I love to do women things, people who love their home. I love my home. I always like where I live. I make it comfortable for me. And mostly that means that anything I need, I have it. So I don't have to go anywhere else for it. Now, the latest, I will start with the latest. And it's, my mom has a best friend. She's an Indian woman, as a very close friend of many years. And I met this woman approximately 6-7 years ago. This is when I moved into my mom's place. This friend is also one of my mom's customers. My mother is a merchant. And I get along with this woman very well enough. Very, very well, I would say. I consider her like family. That's how she is with us. So I actually don't mind her coming over. Some people will come to your house and be judgmental and talk shit, but no, she becomes one of us. So when she comes over, I'm usually doing something, because I'm always doing something, unless if I'm trying to hide from her, because she's a Sagittarius. And so that means I have to, let's just say I have to be mindful, because she can zap my energy. She seems to want to zap other things of mine, take from me. Like, it seems like she was having to move from her apartment. She wanted to know if she could rent a room here. I think that's weird. I don't think that would work. She's a Sag. Sages are crazy. I get along with Sag. I get along with fire signs very well. The Sagittarius is the craziest of us all. And sometimes they can really get on my nerves. The problem with her, I've noticed that everything I do, she wants to do. Which is, it's not a bad thing, but it's kind of weird, because also things I buy. If I buy something, we just in talking, I will. She's also one of my customers. I sell this detoxifying drink, and she is one of the customers who regularly buys from me. She's learning a lot. I'm teaching her a lot, free of charge, but I had to make her pay for the drink, because I've been giving and giving and giving, like I often do, like I'm known to do, and I'm learning now to balance things in my life. So that means she gotta pay for this shit. Since I never in the past let people pay for things, people take advantage, and you would not believe the level of gutter that many people carry. Their aura is gutter. Yeah. Because they will take full advantage. They don't understand reciprocity. They don't understand give and take. They only know how to take. And they will have the audacity to cry the blues to you No matter how much you've given, it's never enough. They are just big black holes that cannot be filled. These are the type of people I don't want, and I've had to get rid of many of them. I was considering even getting rid of her, but no, it's okay. She's fine. The Sagittarius, I can take them. Sagittarians mean well, but there's something about them I noticed that I think, I have to be mindful. I think it's just to teach me, I'm learning on this life's path. So she seems to be the type of person when she is doing some business with you, she will pay for something, but then you will have to pay, the same amount or more. It's almost like she has to get the better of you. And that is so freaking annoying, because considering my generosity and the being my nature, I would just give freely, and I receive freely as well. But some people, they don't understand this, and so that makes me not. I will pull back from people who are like that. I had to. My mom had a machine. It was a Vitamix. It's called. It's very. It's such an exceptional motor, I would say. The machine is just. It was the best. I don't know what they're manufacturing nowadays, if they're any good compared to my mom. My mom's machine, Vitamix, is over 30 years old, and she's used it a lot, and I've been using it for the last 6-7 years. And it gets used. It gets used more than a whore on Jarvis in Toronto. Are there any whores left on Jarvis in Toronto since the internet? Anyway, I bought a machine because my mom's is starting to leak. I'm noticing a leakage. It's not a really bad leak, but it's bad enough, and it can get a little messy. Considering its age, I think it's actually pretty good that the motor, there's nothing wrong with it, just the cup, under the cup. And I believe that is something that can be easily fixed with a tightening of some screws, but I don't have the skills for this, nor the interest. And so in the interim, until we are able to get this fixed, maybe I have to send to the company, I don't know. Now they're making new ones, and the new ones are digitized. I don't really care for this sort of thing. I like the old. So I'm not really happy to buy the new because it's digitized and, it's looking all fancy, and I don't care about that. I care about that it's going to be working well, which it does, but for the leak. Meantime, I have to keep I have to keep making these things to sell. So I need a blender. So I saw one on sale, and I bought it. And I was telling her, she says, and she's done that in the past. She has a habit of doing that to me. She says, "Oh, Adela, can you give it to me? Give it to me and I will." I'm like, huh? Why? Why would I give it to you? I just bought it. I've not even used it. Yeah, well, you can give it to me. It's not even used. It's brand new. And I said, well, how will I be paid? I have to be paid, because I put it on my card and I have to pay the bill. So, why don't you just go to the store and buy it? And then she gives me some story, and I'm like, I don't give a shit, man. Like, fuck, don't tell me your story. Maybe you are shopping too much. Some people live far beyond their means. She just returned from a trip to Mexico, and she said that the people who invited her family, in-laws, they paid. They paid. They that's why she went. They were paying for her. They promised to and offered to. So okay, your trip was paid for. What's the problem? She spent a lot of money in Mexico. I thought Mexico was cheap. Anyway, there's another story about Mexico, but that's another story, right? Anyway, she's back and she hears about my purchase and she wants to take it from me. Now, I've had friends, my friends do that to me all the time. They always want what I have. Whether it's a boyfriend, whether it's some food I make, something I buy, they just always want to take from me. It is weird, and I spend my whole life living and giving, and now I don't want to give anymore. It's my time to receive. And so I have pulled back from so many people. I've severed ties. I've burn some bridges. I don't really give a shit. Like, I honestly don't care because I need this, my energy. And these people drain me of not only my resources, my material, whatever I have, money, time, they just take. So I'm now here to receive. I have no more to give. And how can somebody just expect, it's happened to me so many times. I think that I'm supposed to learn a lesson. I'm supposed to learn a lesson on how to treat myself, how to take better care of myself, how to cater to me for a change instead of catering to all these people who just don't seem to have any, I don't know, their consciousness is not raised enough to recognize that it's problematic the way they navigate through life, just always ready to take from others. And it seems to be something that, well, who is doing it? Everybody's doing it. You can't just say it's the black people or the brown people or the yellow people or the white people. People just do that. And it's not gender specific. It's not race. It's just, some people can be so insensitive, I think. I'm very sensitive and I'm thoughtful. I'm mindful. I am very aware, intuitive. I know what's up. Although many of you think I don't, but it's just when I feel pushed, that's when I really have to show my horns. My ram, my dragon has to come out. My fire has to burn your ass. And then they say how scary I am. But until then, they just try to drain me of everything, especially my energy. So I've learned the lesson and I'm applying it. When people try to take from me now and in the future, it will be a resounding no. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment or not. It's all good. I'm Domina Della Pie, Mistress Sasha Storm. I lived with someone for a number of years. He was claiming to be a she, claiming to be transgender, only because many of my friends and some acquaintances and friends had actually transitioned and were in the process of transitioning, and he was around. He was around, so he could hear me talk about them or talk to them, and he decides, oh yeah, that's what I am. I'm transgender. When I met him, he was a cross-dresser and a client of mine for domination. And he wanted to dress as a whore, always as a whore, like at the cheapest whore you could find on the strip. That would be what he wanted to look like. And I said to him, no, this is not my style. I am not whore-ish, and I would never dress like a whore. So why would you want, if you are claiming that you are transgender, you were born male and you want to be female, you are not representing us well. If you're choosing to be a streetwalker in your tight animal print, spandex, riding up your ass and showing your package as every step you take, this is not me. I'm a domina. There's a difference. So I try to teach him to be dominant because he wanted to be submissive. Imagine you want to be submissive to men, but you're supposed to be a straight man. Listen, don't let me out you, boy. Don't let me out you, because I'm sick of all of you anyway. I'm getting onto another story. I'm so filled with stories. These were just two of many. I could get on more on this one. I think it deserves its own. The transgender deserves its own. Her, him, her, she, they, them. F that, man. F that. Anyway, so Queen Lizzie passed away recently, and honey, imagine. But that's another story. They say ding dong, the witch is gone, or something like that. Irish people were dancing a jig, and they were, of course, drinking and celebrating. It was quite a sight to behold. There were black people mourning, and there were black people just not having it. It was funny to see. I saw King Charles. Is he now King Charles? Well, I saw his fingers looking like Polish sausages. Very strange. Why did his Was that real or was that some Photoshop? It looked real. And his fingers were so swollen. They looked like Polish sausage on the end of his hands. Can you imagine the smell? Oh my goodness, he's not well. He's not well at all. How long does he have to live? And can you imagine Camilla? What's your name? Camilla. Oh my God. Not Scamilla. What is the one in the White House? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. My memory escapes. Anyway, Camilla Parker Bowles. And what the Charles? What is the last name of Charles? See, I don't care. I don't care about this crap. And you black people, you need to stop. You need to stop viewing this shit. You know, when you see these royals, so-called, on TV, there you are watching, giving them ratings, giving your energy, giving them your time. Like, do you wish you were them? You want to be them? You want to be like them? You know what? Every single one of you black people who was mourning for the freaking, especially that one. Tell me one royal, apart from Diana, who was worthy of being, you know, mourned. Like, I didn't cry for Diana either. I thought she had very bad taste in clothes, and you all love that because you all don't know fashion. Yeah, she dressed. She always dressed, right? But let's face it, the English women don't have the best taste in fashion. They don't, and neither did Diana. She was a lovely lass, but not as much as you all say. I thought, but hey, who am I, right? Who am I? I'm always saying things that piss people off. I'm not trying to. It's just I'm like the little child. Always, I'm the child, and I point things out. I'm not trying to be malicious, but you know how many people want to attack me and are attacking me as I speak? It's the same ones who want to be me. Anyway, thank you. Good night.